do you do repairs on hearing aids
Yes.
or cochlear implants as well, or are you more evaluation, kind of a
Okay.
audiologist?
Good question. So, beyond the hearing evaluation, what else do we do in our clinic? The next step after hearing evaluation would be to do a hearing aid evaluation, where if a person is a hearing aid candidate, we sit down with them and discuss their options with hearing aids. And so we'll discuss different styles of hearing aids. I do have some to send around so you can take a look. I have a nice little box here that I can send around. And I have one other slide that I can show you. I hope I put it on here. So this will go along with that. These are the names of the different hearing aids. Behind the ear, in the canal, completely in the canal. And then I'll pass around the box so you can take a look at the variety of them. So those are the behind the ears, and here are the in the ears. So take a look at them in the box. Since you're close, I think I'll just feel free to take them out too. They're dummy aids, they're plastic shells. So we'll sit down and discuss types of hearing aids with people, what they do, the level of technology. There's a variety of levels of technology, from very basic to very sophisticated. So we'll review their audiogram and their hearing loss and how it impacts their ability to hear and understand speech and environmental sounds and their own voice, and discuss our recommendations, show people the different styles, and discuss what particular hearing aid would serve them best. We would select the devices, choose color, take ear impressions. Yeah, there's a lot of different color
I was
choices.
gonna say, that's really interesting with I've seen children versions of hearing aids, and then I've seen adult versions as well, and my dad has one, and he tried the smallest, itty bittiest, trying so that nobody could see it,
Right.
whereas my aunt just got, hers are orange or hot pink, they're really bright, she's like, look. So, just
It's
interesting all the
amazing.
different variations.
Yeah, it's
of it.
amazing. A lot of adults
Tie-dye.
go for the colors. They really do. The colorful ear molds, the colorful hearing aids. I have people that have 2 different colored hearing aids. They want it to be fun. They want people to see it. And sometimes it's not only somebody that's worn hearing aids for many years, it's a new user too, which you'd think sometimes people want to hide it, but they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of fun colors. Yes.
Sarah, my uncle is completely opposite of your aunt, did you say? He is unaccepting of his hearing loss, so he has full, clear little things in his ear. I don't even know how much they were, but you can't even see him because he just doesn't accept the fact that he's going deaf.
Yeah.
That's a hard
My grandpa
thing.
won't wear his.
I feel really bad, when I notice them and then I wanna say something, but then obviously they have them clear because they don't want you to say anything about it. But it tends to be men, and is there a difference between ones that are just in your ear and then have the thing on the back, are they different strengths, or are they just different types, or?
Good question. The largest hearing aids in there are usually for severe to profound hearing losses. But nowadays, we can get more and more power in smaller packages. So the nice thing for people that have pretty significant hearing losses and need a lot of power is we've been able to provide that power in a smaller package. It used to be the bigger the hearing aid, the more the power. But we can't say that as much anymore. The smaller hearing aids, I would say the most popular right now are this type of hearing aid, which have it's called a receiver in the canal hearing aid. So it goes over the back of the ear. Some of them are very tiny, if you look in that box, the behind the ear part. Then there's a wire and a tiny little speaker that sends the sound to the ear. They may or may not have a custom earpiece on it. These actually have a dome, a silicone dome on them. But even with a custom earpiece, oftentimes you can't see those. So sometimes people go with those teeny tiny little canal hearing aids because they don't want anybody to see it, but these are actually better options for people. They can leave the ear canal a little bit more open, and it's one of the things that people tend to complain about, especially if they have a mild to moderately severe hearing loss, only in certain pitches, is my own voice sounds funny. It sounds hollow. I don't like the sound of my own voice. So we want to keep their canal open as much as possible, and that's what this style hearing aid has done for us. So I would say probably 60 to 75% of the people are getting this style these days.
So when a person goes in that already has hearing aids, they have to have like a yearly checkup or something, correct?
We actually recommend every 6 months. I have some people that come back and see us every 3 months. So if they have hearing aids, our series of appointments are, they get the hearing aid. So after we do the hearing aid evaluation, take your impressions, we fit them. They have a 30 business day trial, which we fit them with the hearing aids, but then make adjustments and whatnot during that trial period. Then after that, we have them come back in 3 months for another check. And then every 6 months for checking and cleaning. And some people come back every 3 months for checking and cleaning. So checking and cleaning would also include changing the tube on a regular behind the ear hearing aid, changing out microphone covers, cleaning the hearing aid. I always tell people your hearing aid's under warranty. So while it's in warranty, even when it's out of warranty, but while it's in warranty, come in and see me, because I can hear things in your hearing aid that maybe you can't hear, and I can tell you we need to send it in and get it repaired. So in terms of repairs and service, we do all of that at our clinic. That goes back to your question that I haven't gotten back to yet, but yeah. So, so we see people on an ongoing basis after they get fit with their hearing aids. During a hearing aid fitting, that's a 1 hour appointment where we do all kinds of testing. We hook people up with equipment to actually make measurements while their hearing aid is in the ear canal. So on the outline that you guys were sent, you'll see on there under hearing aid fitting that aids are fit using what we call real ear measurements. So we stick a little microphone in the ear canal and make measurements with the hearing aid on, and then adjust the hearing aid to a prescription for the person's hearing loss. Sometimes, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can get a hearing aid these days. You can get them online, you can get them through various places that sell hearing aids. And anybody can put the hearing aid on the computer and program it if you enter an audiogram. But it doesn't really tell you what's happening when it's in the person's ear. So we precisely fit the hearing aid while it's in the person's ear, because everybody's ear canal changes the properties of what the computer said the program should be. And we make adjustments and fine tune it that way. So it's a very important part of our process when we fit a hearing aid. And then during that process, once we get it fit, we'll